Hey guys, so remember when I made this video? Yeah, right here, trying to explain how to be overly capitalist in Forge of Empires? Let's just say this, I forgot to mention a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff. So today I'm going to make that up to you guys by making a second video on the same topic, but finishing up everything. So buckle up, this is going to take a while for me to explain, but I will explain from this one saying. All of this takes money. Also guys, I'm not going to be using Google Drawing this time, because let's just face it, my Google Drawings was honestly not that good. So yeah, I'm just going to explain it to you guys. No more drawing. Now guys, here I am in my province of Zorskog. Yes, I have updated over time. Let's just face it, I didn't want it to stay in the Stone Age for that long, or Bronze Age. So yeah, I just helped it move right along with the rest of my provinces. Okay, hang on a second. Alright guys, I'm back. But anyways, as I was mentioning earlier, these good productions, yes, I did make 2 more over time, because let's just face it, I expanded a little bit to get dye and weaving, boosted by wool. I'm about to get this land, but not for now. Let me just focus on the economy. This requires coins and supplies. But here's the thing. Can the way you build things just handle it? Well, for that we're gonna need a little bit of math. Don't worry, just the basics. Nothing too insane like algebra or something like that. And what I like to do is, here, I'll do a dual shot of what I like to do. Hang on. Let me pause this right here. Now what I do like to do is I like to, you can do this on pencil and paper easily if you wanted to, but I like to use Google Slides. Dang it, wrong one. And yes, I am trying to make a comic book for one of my animations, but anyways, let's just see if I can find it. Ah, here it is. I like to organize everything I do in Forge of Empires. Now you can do it any way you want, but this is the way I personally do things. So let's create a new slide. Delete these, because you're not going to need them all that much. And what you're going to want to write at the top if you're using pencil and paper, but I'm using Google Slides so I can keep track of all my server worlds, is you're going to want to write... Oh, dang it, I keep forgetting that. There we go. You're going to want to write these few things. You're going to want to write and underline this. Server world. Go over a couple tabs. City name. And also, yes, you can change the name of your city in Forge of Empires. I'll show you how in a little bit. Couple tabs over. One more tab. Type in age, which age your civilization is. Go over a couple tabs. Economy status. Go over a couple tabs. Let me try to do this one real quick. And lastly, guild. Now you're probably wondering what this is. I'll explain to you in a little bit. Dang it. Take tab. But anyways, under this, over when you guild, you're gonna want to hit enter and type in the server world name, which is basically which server world you're in currently. Over here, I'm in Zorskog, so oh wait, forgot to hit the underline button. So Zorskog. After hitting tab a couple times, you're going to want to type in your city name. I don't have a name thought of it that up for it. So you can just leave that blank. Age, which age your civilization is in. Right now I'm in the Iron Age, so Iron Age. Hit tab a couple times and make sure it's underneath it. Economy status. It is going okay, so good. And lastly, the guild, just leave that one blank. Now under this, you're gonna want to make a whole new text block, or text box as it's called in Google Slides. You can use Google Slides if you're using more than one server world. You can use Google Docs, which is good for a singular world, but I like to use Google Slides so I can keep everything I have in one. So under this, you're going to want to hit underline and type in the following things. I want to type in goods production. Hit tab. You're going to want to type in next produced total. Hit tab. You're going to want to type in building count. And lastly, for this one, goods cost. Now once you hit enter, just don't do underlining. But you're going to want to go back to Forge of Empires. Collect anything that you have around here. If any productions are finished. And find out what goods you're all producing. For me, that'd be marble, weaving wool, for fine cloth, which produces cloth, and dye works. So marble, cloth, and dye. Marble, cloth, and dye. Now once you type these in, you're going to want to hit tab until you are underneath produce total. Type in how much of the produced you have. So I'm just going to guess these are bricks, sort of marble. So 20, I'm just going to say they're pieces or something. And under building count, you're going to say how many buildings you have of that sort of production. So I have 2 marble masons. And if it stretches out into goods costs, you're going to want to hit tab again and underneath it, type in how much these goods cost. Usually they cost the same price for each coins and supplies, so 400, and hit space and input goods, supplies / coins, and do the same exact thing for cloth and dye. I'll get back to you guys once I type that in. Now guys, after you're finished totaling up your goods, you want to create a text box underneath that for supplies. So, I'll get back to you hang on, I need to go do something real quick. You're going to want to hit underline and type in, hang on, supplies production. Hit tab a couple times. Produce total. Hit tab. Building count. And lastly, produce in total. But anyways, after you type in this, you're going to want to hit enter, and it'll put you underneath it. Click underline again so you don't underline all this. And you're going to type in each supplies production building you have. Like for me, I currently have 3 potteries running, a goat farm, a fruit farm, and that's about it. So I'm going to put in pottery, hit tab a couple times. How much it produces? I'm pretty sure it produces 249, so 249. I got 3 of them, so I'm going to put 3 potteries. And lastly, let's just double check that for a second. And produce in totals. Since there's 3 of them, you're going to want to hit produce total times how many buildings you have to get to the total in which it produces supplies. But this also leads me to another piece of this equation. So let me show you something real quick. Forge of Empires, I showed you guys earlier, but you see this symbol right here is your citizens' happiness. And the better morale your people are in, the more likely they'll produce more. Sorry, I shouldn't say more likely. It is a certain thing. But right now I need 59 happiness to get to enthusiastic, which is the top level of happiness for your citizens. So I'm just going to do some building around here to increase their happiness and build some decorations around here. Like for right here, I will build a couple of flower tubs. Which by 22. And building 3 of them gives me 7 additional happiness, but also now my people are enthusiastic, meaning these produce a lot more, 299. So yeah, the better morale your workers are in, the more they'll produce. So once you get back to Google Drive, I can now change this from 249 to 299, which is a lot more than before. And now adding that onto it, take a calculator and see how much your potteries are producing in total. Which, let me grab my calculator real quick. So I got my calculator right here, and I'm going to type in 299 times 3. That will equal 897. So already at a good number. That can produce enough for one of the productions, which is cloth, or marble and dye separately. And still have 97 left over, but I still have a few more productions around here, so I'm going to type those in real quick and get back to you guys. Now guys, I would also like to add you to add, if you can, how many houses you have to the supplies production. But underneath it, type in coins production. Because let's just face it, you need both supplies and coins to make goods, and you can't exactly make goods if you don't have these. I'm also going to underline it. See how many of each house you have See how many coins it produces. How many of that you have? So hit tab a couple times. Building count. I'll just have it house count. And lastly, how much it produces in total. I'll move it up a little bit so I have some room. Hit enter. Unclick underline. And basically show how many houses you have of each in your civilization so far. Because each house produces a different amount of two different things, which you need to help build your economy. Like one, population, because as I said, you're gonna need population in order to make these things run, because you can't exactly have potteries, butchers, or anything that produces either goods or supplies if you don't have anyone to actually make those supplies and or goods. Because one of the costs right here is population. I can't exactly point out to it, but you get the main idea of it. And the bigger and better the house, the more likely you'll have enough population to produce goods and supplies. And each house has a different amount of population that can be produced. Like a cottage produces 73 and produces 110 coins in 4 hours. A roof tile house produces 15 coins in 15 minutes, but only has 44 population within it. So building the bigger and better stuff can usually be a big improvement for your civilization. And you can replace the old housing with new stuff. Like, I can easily get rid of these stilt houses and put cottages in their place. But warning you, if you do get rid of enough houses, your population cannot go anywhere beneath 7, or else you won't have any population available for those specific things. So yeah, you're gonna want to keep population and coinage up as best as you can. So let's put that into the coins production sector. I'll be back in a little bit. Now guys, after you're done with your supplies and your coins, make sure you add all these in total, but keep them separate from the coins in total, because those are two different things. So for me, total each, I have about 660. You know, I'm just gonna type in the total. Forget telling you guys the numbers. Now guys, I have totaled up each one of these, and unfortunately I am losing coins, but thankfully I know how to avoid this. I know that some of these houses don't produce as much, so I'm going to replace some of them with ones that produce more population and more coins. So let's go back to Forge of Empires so I can fix that problem. Now to begin with, I'm going to select all this stuff that's already all around. Gonna full screen this. Now the longhouse, I'm pretty sure it's okay, but just in case, I do know that two of these cottages can produce more than one longhouse, so I'm just going to be doing a lot of construction right now. So let's sell off these two stilt houses, since they don't produce as much, and replace them with cottages. Hang on, gotta go do something real quick, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back, but I'm just gonna cue a building montage. Alright guys, did some reconstruction and redid the numbers. Now I'm in the positive coinage. And also, before I left, I wanted to do something real quick. I wanted to show you guys, like... Oh, my productions are done. So anyways, I know how in the beginning I showed you guys could... Well, I told you I could show you how to change your city name, so... I want to go up here. If you want to change your city name, just go up here. Click up here. And this is where your city name is. Now it'll always start out with your gamer name at first, whatever you have on Google. Or Google Play if you play it, or... whatever you come up with in here. But anyways... There's also another thing you could do in this game, but it's more of like, it's an option, but it's not really a needed thing. And also this is your dictator's look. But anyways, there's also, you could do this, join a guild. But me personally, I haven't thought of either making my own guild or something else yet, so I'm just going to leave that be. It's completely up to you, but you get the idea. Just wanted to let you know about that. But anyways, since that's everything I know about to tell you about the economy, I left out a lot because, let's just face it, there's way too much to go over about this game. But anyways, remember to like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.